Ready? Oops. Good evening, everyone. And yeah, we're back at Tian Ying again. I was intending to stream a lot earlier today, but I just got caught up in a little business there at the end. Needed to update a few banners for a few people. Yeah, again. Oh, okay, game. I'll wait a bit. Again, tonight we'll be just practicing Tian Ying over and over again. I'm hoping we're gonna get better at doing third phase and second phase eventually, after I get snot beaten out of me enough that I can remember what happens. Also, in case you weren't aware, you can get the Tian Ying costume now if you roll in the gacha. Roll in the very expensive gacha, but yes, you can indeed do that now. Start challenge. Oh, I should have. You know what? Let me do a little change to my equipment before we go in. I want to use the divine craft stuff that I have on hand for a slight edge in the fight, because I'm hoping that would make the third phase go a lot faster. But I'm not sure what I actually have. I have a lot of fire. What does fire do again? I'm not entirely sure, but I have a lot of fire, so we might as well use it. Though I'm kind of questioning whether this fire and the fire from the Mystic skill will actually overlap or not. Alright, now that that's out of the way. Not you. Only motion blur. I feel like a lot more blurring is going on with the fire effect switched on. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Why not? Wow. I can't believe I got hit by that one. It's the easiest one. You just gotta wait for the camera. Oh well. Reset time. Yeah, our aim tonight is to see if you can actually get this fight without getting hit, which is gonna be a lot more challenging than I have expected, especially phase 3. Oh, phase 1, 2. Why am I messing up even this one? Alright. Focus a bit. Calm down, Mikh'a. You got this. You've done phase 1 plenty of times before. Wow. Okay.
乔山震虎。
Is this what they call performance anxiety on stream? Kinda wanna do it on stream though. Gotta balance the two. Not expecting to get like 3 in a row like that. That was a pretty rare occurrence. We got the goose. I hope we can get the full attack here. Wow. No. I saw it coming and I still got hit. Sometimes I hate myself. Hopefully, we will not run out of our fire buff anytime soon. A bunch of fire oil stocked up and I don't even know where I got the majority of them from, if I'm being honest. That is the one combination I just like the most with Mikh'a, with that first phase. If I'm not thinking about it, I always get hit by the beam. Like I need to go into battle and be like, he might hit you with the beam to actually block it. Bad timing on that shield. I guess I need to be a bit more careful of that. I was hoping to just put on the shield to get some resources so that we'd have enough to do the charge attack afterwards, but apparently we did not have enough time to do it. So yeah, maybe I'll have to refresh the shield if I get a bit further away, but I don't want to miss that first kick, because it's an easy parry. Should have moved a bit more to the side. Was hoping, I think in the back of my mind I was hoping that the charge might actually knock him out of all the chi he had, but it's not enough. Parries take more chi than my actual attacks itself. Was a very quick phase 1. Fire is working really well. Hey, too early. Gotta focus a bit more on that timing. I'm messing that up a little too much. Too slow. And bonk. Remember to use your intoxication first, and then the shield. Now for the long attack. Okay, that was kind of weird. It's the one attack that I cannot see. I need a lot more phase 3 practice. Of all the attacks in phase 3 that I worry the most about, it's that one stab attack which he does. It's so quick, and I feel like I am nowhere near fast enough to anticipate that one. Even when I know to just press immediately when I see him twitch even slightly, I don't have the timing for it. That one attack might be the bane of my existence. Oh no, I got too greedy there. Since we got the vacuum ability off as well, I was hoping we could do a quick charge. But the problem is the charge attack has a bit of an animation lock that cannot be parried out of, so if you do that, you are stuck in there. Not ideal. We're gonna do it with the Mo Blade, 100%. I know some of the other weapons are better picks, but I prefer the Mo Blade, I won't lie. Okay, that was my bad. Sometimes I forget that you can't actually move out of Mystic Art skills. You have to parry cancel them. All things you need to get used to, I suppose, if you want to really get better at this game. Ta-da! Get too greedy this time. It's just gonna go into... Oh, I can't believe it. It's very rare for him to do that sudden spike into the ground afterwards. And unless he's directly in front of me, I almost never see it. Okay, gotta keep trying. I'm not sure if anyone else kind of feels this way, but there are times when I feel like when we load in, if I do not press the parry button, it feels like my character is sort of stuck in that position for a bit if I do not spam parry immediately. Like that time I was just parrying. I was just spamming parry to illustrate, but we managed to get the beam there. Kind of funny. Ting. I like the little sound effect they have from changing weapons. Wah. Please, game. I don't know if the devs are listening, but give us enough time to anticipate that so that I don't need to be spamming parry each time we go in after that weird black screen. And he's doing it over and over again. Normally you don't even need to spam parry, you just gotta wait and counter it. But I'm sparing parry because I sometimes feel like I'm locked in an animation there. Loading stuff. so surprised. I was not expecting him to do the double palm a third time. So it threw me off. I think I also died there. Okay. Never change where winds meet. Never change. Oh, come on. Want to restart. Not move into this again. Start challenge. Alright, focus now. Oh, Lebanon. No black screen. Interesting. Wait, what happened there? Okay, game. Does it feel like my game is loading slightly slower? Flames blocked my view. The first time we get to this phase and the flames blocked my view. I need to learn the timing for that. If I can hit him with the flame a second time, it'll actually be really worth it. Even if I cannot see him, I need to get the timing down for the parry. Just so that we can keep some damage on him.
乔山震虎。
No, too slow. For some reason, even though I've played the game for so long, because I haven't used Mystic Arts, rather I don't use Mystic Arts that much, when I start to use them in actual combat, my brain tends to slow down. too early. Yeah. I don't usually shoot arrows at him there. It's not doing too much if I don't charge up, so maybe 1 or 2 arrows just for the slight damage. I don't think the game really wants you to be shooting arrows at bosses. Kind of wish we had a ranged option there. Just to keep DPS, but come on, not the wave. I forgot you do that for a while. Need to keep that in mind whenever I jumped into your first phase. Not this time. Didn't even manage to deplete his key this time. Worked out fine though. Yeah, just a couple of full charge shots and then we'll go back out. No. So is my audio desynced again? Because if it is, that might be throwing me off there too. So let's just do a quick reset on our capture card. Yeah, I'm playing on console if anyone's wondering. Not that they needed to wonder too much. The console optimization really messes up a lot of the textures in the game. Okay. When I actually get hit by some of the stuff that I'm not expecting, it genuinely surprises me. Because we have done this fight so many times, at least phase 1 so many times, right? So it should be rote memory by now, except for when he does the wave. That always catches me off guard. Usually I stick close to him, so I don't really react as much to the wave because I don't see it as much. I'm also not entirely sure how to deal with it when he does the attack from above and the wave. It feels like it's coming out very soon. Maybe a double tap. Luckily, most of the time you kind of don't have to deal with it. You got away. Yes, I played the original Monster Hunters. Not the original Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter 3rd on PSP. And I've also played Monster Hunter Worlds, but not Wilds. I sort of missed the Wild string, so didn't manage to jump into that one. Also, I heard that Wilds was like really bad on console, and since I primarily game on console. Well, so welcome to the stream, Martin. How was your day? Oh yeah, you were mentioning that you were going to try out Monster Hunter Wilds the other day. I do remember this. I'm the wrong weapon. It was really, really bad. I got the demo. They released a demo for it before release. And then I tried the demo and I was like, yeah, no. I don't like where the game was going too much. Yeah, just looking around at that time, it felt like your frames were dropping. So it's like, no, I'm going to wait for a bit. But then I completely missed the wild strain. But I hope you enjoy yourself, because Monster Hunter is a very fun series if you like going against monsters. It's an experience. That's all I can say. A quick question though: what weapon are you using? When it runs away from that hit. It's my strongest hit, you're now fine. Ah, the long sword, of course. The greatsword is interesting. I didn't like it before, but I think I might actually give it a try if I pick back Monster Hunter, right? I usually don't go for the heavy weapons, but this game has sort of been changing my mind. As you can see, I'm using the Moblade here, and somehow I found that I very much like the Moblade. Traditionally, I've used the hunting horn or the hammer. Go for the bonk. I should not have attacked there. I was hoping he'd allow me one hit before he did his roundhouse kick. Yeah, the tank weapon. My entire setup is tank. In the end, I decided to go with it. It is so good, right? Most charge weapons are, when you charge up, it's focusing on increasing your damage. I mean, the mechanics of the charge weapons are that you do things to usually increase its damage, but here in Where Winds Meet, it's like you do things to decrease the amount of time you need to charge your weapon. And I think I kind of like that system where you're putting in mechanics, like your spear and everything is being used to make it so that you can get your big hit in much more quickly. That sort of appealed to me in a way I didn't quite realize I liked. So yeah, I think he's gonna send the wave to me. I saw that HP bar. Yep. That threw me off. So yes, if you see the HP bar before the screen fades to black, there is a very high chance you've actually aggroed Tian, Ying, and he's gonna throw that thing at you before you can react. How far have you gotten into Wilds, by the way? You are running away a lot. If I'm not responding during battle. I really need to focus with this boss. Do your charge. Yeah, there we go. Allow me to put flames on you so you jump back. this time you actually allowed me to get the one hit in. Interesting. Yeah, a lot of fun in the game is that once you get to grips with it, it is very intuitive. You're going back to do that again, huh? Okay. I might be able to knock you out from that this time. Just the charging or the Mo Blade reminds me so much of great swords from Monster Hunter. No. The one attack that I can never see when he does is that stab, which comes out so quick. I cannot react to that. He did it again. Everything else I am totally okay with. But that stab, for the life of me, I cannot see it. It is the hurdle against Mikh'a in getting a no-hit. Well, I mean Tian Ying, I guess now. I forgot to use the goose. He's gonna disappear and do his clones now. Not ideal. I might just, well, let's just kill him for this round, I guess. If I do not die. So why is it so blurry this time? I feel like it's a lot more blurry than it usually is. Yeah, it's that stab. My weakness is that stab. I can never see it coming. Somehow I need to see that stab in order to do this fight without getting hit. It's so depressing. Oh, if you've done only 4 story missions, by the way, you're in for a treat. Monster Hunter games aren't traditionally known for their story, but I'd say Wilds is actually pretty okay compared to the other games. I think initially the first Monster Hunter games didn't even have a story. It was just you, a hunter, going to a village and helping them out with stuff. So over time, they've made it very cinematic. I think Wilds, the starting segment, is also very cinematic, where you're running through the desert and having everything fall around you and rescuing the kid. Yeah, that pretty much, that was what it was originally, but now they've changed it, right? And for the better. Even their RPG series, Monster Hunter Stories, I recently picked it up on Switch, and it is surprisingly good. I might even get their latest one, just because it seems a lot more interesting than they've done before. If you're a Monster Hunter fan, you're going to be in for a treat with that one. But yeah, there's a lot in Wilds, and it's a game that's going to keep you hooked, especially if you're playing with chat and friends, right? The amount of shenanigans you can be up to. Ah, let's not forget to get our shields and drunk before we go in. I thought I changed my weapon to the spear. I guess I was stuck in the animation there. A lot of Capcom stuff is really good, by the way, if you haven't tried the Capcom games. I feel like they did an excellent job recently with their IPs. They were sort of messing it up somewhat, but they brought Capcom back in a very good way. Did you? That's unfortunate. Well, maybe not unfortunate, right? Because you can now experience them by yourself without any of the social media bias that will surround you usually during release. If you've seen the Game Awards and you've seen Leon come out, you already know that people love Capcom stuff. I was watching that review with my younger sibling in the background, and she started squealing so loud when Leon came into the scene. It was so funny. Oh, wow, okay. Oh yeah, so you actually ran to do the story. Yeah, you can kind of think of that segment of DD2 as the end game. And usually the story, well, the way Dragon's Dogma works is that you are stuck in an eternal loop. And with Dragon's Dogma 2, the curator or the writer are trying to undo the loop thing, right? And you're sort of defying him from changing it or changing it for the worse, because he wants to keep the loop going in a way. Yeah, it's one of the things I actually like about it, right? It feels like a traditional medieval story about dragons and knights, and at the end you discover that there's like this one big entity that's keeping the world stuck in a loop. And it comes completely out of nowhere in Dragon's Dogma 1, right? So I was just mind blown when I got that game and to get that game's end and discovered what was really happening. What's funny is that in Dragon's Dogma, you know what, on the off chance that you play that, I'm not going to say it. If you ever decide to go back to Dragon's Dogma 1, I don't want to spoil that because it is a very cool moment. Oh, yes, my lips have steeled. Okay, then I'm definitely not gonna spoil it for you. Because I'll just say this: if you like the game, play through it two times, and especially if it's Dragon's Dogma 1, right? It's a lot more polished than Dragon's Dogma 2, especially if you got the Dark Arisen version. A lot of Dragon's Dogma fans were sort of expecting even Dragon's Dogma 2 to get like the definitive version of the game, because whenever a Dragon's Dogma game comes out, it's usually very messy. And I think you've already seen it, the amount of traveling you have to do, the lack of teleports. They fixed that all in the definitive version of Dragon's Dogma 1. And I am so boggled. I'm so boggled by the fact that they did not do the same thing in Dragon's Dogma 2. Like, take all the lessons they learned in 1 and implemented it. Also, I really, really recommend that even on your second run, just change up classes. Learn all the classes, because there are some class unlocks that you can only get if you learn some of the others on one playthrough. And some of those advanced classes are really, really fun. Okay, back to Mikh'a again. So Warrior is the charge thing. Like I said before, I don't usually like charge weapons. This game might be the exception. It's not my favorite, but maybe you'll like it. And the fun part about Warrior is that Warrior is, I think, one of the few classes that can actually, like, if an enemy is staggering and your pawns go like, look, it's off balance, we can knock it off now. Your Warrior can actually grab onto an enemy's leg, or like an ogre's leg, or a Cyclops leg, and actually push them off balance, which is very nice. It's the same for the Griffin. If they start staggering and you do a charge strike with the Warrior class, they will just slam it down. Did you actually get the Sphinx Riddle? Unfortunately. Good. You know what? I'll break my rules of don't look up a guide. Just for the Sphinx. Look up a guide for the Sphinx. Do it. You don't want to miss out on that event. It is very, very convoluted. It's unnecessarily convoluted with some of those puzzles. So if you're doing it, do it with the guide, please. You will love yourself for this one. Just looking it up. Right, what do I need to do now? Okay, drink before we go in. Oh, you are not attacking me. That Mirage build notification distracting me? Okay, successfully distracted. Yeah, if once you get to endgame, I really recommend you just take a look around the entire world map because there are harder variations of monsters all over the place. And if you want to get the best equipment, that's where you're going to be able to get it. Especially since there are like a lot of worms that you can kindle your equipment with. Get the worm crystals you need. Now I'm getting hit even on phase 1. Hopefully I don't run out of fire items before we manage to get this. And hopefully you'll actually be kind with me in phase 3 and not do the stab move. Straight into phase 2. I swear there's something weird with that move, right? It looks a bit like it's gonna be difficult to parry that one, but all you have to do is technically just spam your parry button there and you should hit it. But there are times when sometimes you can see that the arena is not level, right? So there are times if you are on a higher level in the arena and go to a lower platform or lower ground, for some reason the attacks tend to miss and that throws off your parry timing. It happens a lot with Mikh'a, and I kind of wish the arena was flat because of it. I'm still gonna keep trying though, even though it's like that. Because I feel like it's really worth getting this boss down properly. Don't do the energy wave. Get drunk. Well, nope. I'm a little too far. Okay. That time was totally on me. My timing for deflect was off. I can't blame anyone but myself for that one. And ideally you want to get that deflect just because it's going to help you cut off the time that he's doing his other combos during that phase. Can never get that one. And I already got hit. A little too greedy with the spear attack there. I'm assuming that the spear attack can be parried out of. It can. It's just... Okay, maybe not the start. You have a few stabs. You need to do at least one before you can parry cancel that one. So it's not a safe attack to be using in between his many hits. Okay. The one combination I hate is when he does that. Like, he'll immediately do the ground stomp into the wave. It is very difficult to learn. I've not learned the parry timing for that one. It might just be a simple double tap. That's what I'm thinking it is. Battle will, that's what was happening. I was wondering why some of my skills were not working. Turns out I didn't have enough resources. At least we managed to set him on fire before he left. Well, okay. Unfortunate. If you're wondering why I'm hearing, why you are all hearing surprise in my voice, it is because I'm genuinely surprised I got hit by that. One of the moves that I feel like I practice quite a bit, because he does that quite a lot too. Yeah, that was one of those... When he missed there, that was what I was talking about. Like, if the terrain is not level, things can get weird at times. Nope, I wanted to change to the other weapon, but I guess we're going with the spear this time. Well, spear is doing okay damage, so I'm not complaining. This is a very awkward place to be fighting him. Just set him on flame and he'll run away. That's an okay amount of damage for an arrow. Wait for the camera shake. There we go.
打10个。
Need to get my spam parry game done better.
过来吧
It
你！
is easier to just dodge out of that, but it is a very good opportunity to just do a lot of key damage on him. So even though I do get hit quite a lot, I always risk it. I don't even know why I try the jump move. He always dodges out of it.
来吧！过来吧你！
No, we already got hit. Didn't mind. Another rare combination. If you attack him while he's doing that combo, he'll very rarely do that little punch where he brings his fists together.
敲山震虎！
Because it's so rare, I almost never expect it to come out. You can see the red flash from the attack. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of funny, but I actually think during that phase, right?
不要打
The
10个！
devs might actually be putting like a black screen right in front of the camera. And that's why the effects are sometimes clipping through. No. Maybe I should delay the timing for that one. Maybe I'm pressing it a little too quickly. Oh, we have 600 more fire oil to keep trying for. Not enough battle will. Go away. You're already burning. Okay. He did the kick before he left, but okay. Ah, come on. That was such a good opportunity too, right? That was a very ideal, very ideal phase to start right there. If we didn't get hit by the hand. Because it'd have been so easy to put him out of commission and into the staggered state there. I can only blame myself, unfortunately. He's gonna do the red attack now. Just set him on fire and just send him to do his JoJo stand attack. Might do a kick here. Yep. Wait for the camera shake.
乔山震火，
He's gonna do the red attack again. Nope. Ah. It was baited. So, to be honest, I can't actually react to a lot of his attacks. So what I've been doing is trying to learn his patterns. And usually, when he moves in, he's gonna do that charge and into the red flash attack. But if he goes into the air, there is a high chance he'll do the roundhouse kick too. The only way I'm reacting to the roundhouse kick is that I'm anticipating that it's coming, because I've played it so many times now. Oh, you missed? Okay. I was not expecting that. Yeah. Got a little too greedy there. If you want to do the Moblade charge, you gotta be directly behind him. Not even his final form. True enough, Calyx. But we are suffering over here, and I'm gonna keep trying until we get a no-hit on this boss. It might take me 3 days, it might take me an entire month, but I'll keep trying. Oh, what? Okay, that was... You know what? I'm gonna get back my vitality points. I did not mean to use that. And go into the fight invisible. That works too. Wait, am I not triggering him? That can't be right. There's no way he's not gonna detect me. Yeah, he did detect me. I was just a little too far. Oh, he missed? Okay. And I missed too. You know what? Oh, the other way. Humanity's greatest achievement, perseverance.
乔山震火，
Well, I don't know about humanity, but I feel like it is mine at times. I wouldn't call it perseverance though, just plain stubbornness. He was not up. stands no chance. Honestly, he's a very fun fight,
我
right?
要打10个。
And he can be very overwhelming the very first time you get here. I felt like that with a lot of bosses in this game. Two bosses specifically that I got stuck on. Tian was one of them. It took me a while to actually get her down. Tian Ying here is the other one. Most of the other bosses have been pretty okay, surprisingly. But these two, they really rank up high. And the wrong weapon, so not ideal. Red flash. Red flash. Wait for the camera shake. The goose.
乔神之火。
Maybe I should be a little closer to him there. Okay, Tian is the boss that I showed you guys yesterday, where she had like two arenas, right? With the mirror world, where she had like a fire version and an ice version, and you broke through the floor to get to the other one. Yeah, and she is a bit tougher than she looks. Also a very cute character, but in general, everyone in this game looks great. Not this time. I'm always surprised when a boss's attacks miss. Oh, not yet. Not yet. See, the problem with me is rather than watching something, I'd rather be playing something. So the only time, I think I mentioned this before too, the only time I actually watch anything on TV or even on Netflix, we have a subscription in our house because everyone else watches it. Funnily enough, my family loves the wuxia stuff, the Chinese serials. Even though I don't watch it, I play them. But yeah, because I never watch unless I'm having lunch or dinner or something like that. Yeah, I do recall. At some point I was like, let me try something else, and then I completely forgot about the Expanse until you reminded me. So thank you for reminding me. I will need to go back to it. I think a friend of mine was like, try Hustle, because it's a similar story to one of the other series that I was watching at the time, Leverage. Okay, my timing's off now. You know what? I'm gonna make a little post-it note right here. Watch on my desktop here. Watch the rest of The Expanse, so that we can actually have an opportunity to talk about it. I know you've been recommending that one to me for a while.
过来吧你！
So It's been a while since Lost came out, but yes. Oh, another series that I have not watched regularly. Stuck in the animation. It's a bit risky to use that move against bosses because I don't think it can be animation cancelled. Normally, the way it works is that until it's a specific point, you're kind of stuck in the animation there. Normally, with the move itself, the draw-in effect tends to stagger normal enemies. But with the bosses, that does not work, so it becomes a bit more risky. Understandable. It's one thing they do. It's a weird thing that I found. Like I was like, this feels almost like a gacha mechanic, right? They make the shows temporary, so they'll be like, they'll even send you notifications if you've been watching them. And they'll be like, this series is gonna be leaving soon. Like get you in anxious about making sure you watch it before it leaves, just so they have the ratings and all. Thankfully, I do believe Lost is available very easily on the high seas. Also the reason why I never used the weapon switching ability, because weapon switching cannot be cancelled. Yeah, I am pressing the parry button during the entire animation, and you cannot cancel out of it until the animation is over, or at the end of the animation, which makes it a bit unsafe from doing this, from just swapping your weapons. Because you can swap your weapons and instantly go into parries. It looks stylish, and I was trying to make it look stylish there, but it is not quite worth it when you're trying to do a no-hit count here. Yes, that is the yellow flash that I'm talking about. Like, he'll do a huge charge up for it before he does all that nonsense. There you go. These are the only non-parryable attacks in this game. Everything else is parryable. You just have to learn the timing for it. Funnily enough, I feel like, and I mentioned this the other day too, the parrying in this game almost feels early in a lot of sense. You have to do it way before the attack is about to hit you a lot of times. I wish I was playing on PC to illustrate, but I am on console right now, so... Why did I teleport there? I'm so confused. In general, there'll be like a lot of weirdness like that in this game. It's one of the problems with just because I believe Twitch is the main source that's been taken as the feed for YouTube, so it needs to go onto Twitch first before it can head on to YouTube. So, but yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try delaying that one because I feel like when I press really quickly, I keep getting hit. Just do a comfortable spam of parry there. A lot of my settings are made for Twitch, right? Because Twitch has the lower bitrate requirement. If you go higher than, I think, 6K, if you're not affiliated like me, the signal doesn't take. Ideally, I'd want to do it at a higher bitrate just so it's more clear for you guys, but unfortunately that's not the case. So I have to output my stream for Twitch first and then send it to YouTube. Because of that, it's basically taking the Twitch feed, and that's kind of the reason why it's slow. Twitch bitrate, right? I know, right, Majin? Oh, sorry. Give me a second. I don't even know who's calling me at this time. Give me 1 sec. All right. Sorry about that. Kind of rare for me to get a call from work during this hour, but it happens sometimes. The joys of being part of marketing and all. Uh, they were worried about, they had basically uploaded a video onto social media, and they were like, "Do you notice this weird glitch in the scene?" And I'm like, "I don't think so." Uh, the creator was telling me that one of the layers of the video, like when you're making videos, right? They're in the same as layers, and like in Photoshop, one of the layers was wrong, so it was kind of weird. But I think he was the only one who noticed. And to be honest, I had not checked in on social media, so I had no idea. I'm very insulated from those, by the way, if you guys are wondering. Uh, so yes, but yes, Twitch bitrate, a very, well, very challenging topic, that's for sure. I sort of understand where they're coming from. They're like, they don't want to invest in resources for streams that aren't necessarily going to get like ad views or revenue, right? From a business perspective. But it is a bit weird to me that YouTube allows 12K bitrate as opposed to Twitch. But hey, at least they made it lenient now. They've made it lenient enough that they allow you to stream to multiple platforms, which I do appreciate, because I know a lot of my friends over here in the Maldives have a lot of trouble with Twitch, and they are very conservative with their bandwidth, so they'd rather go to Twitch where you can choose the different quality rates. Interestingly enough, Majin, right? I feel like a couple of other friends of mine have actually talked to me about that as well. And I do recall when I was playing last year's Final Fantasy 14th expansion that I myself streamed at 936p for a bit. But one of the reasons at that time was because I had a 2080 and I was worried that my PC couldn't handle it. Even now, if I actually play a PC game, it's going to run at 30 FPS, even if it's Pal World. You know what? I might just take you up on that advice and go back to 936p myself, just because I feel like it does a cleaner look than 1080p, right? Because 1080p, when you stream it and when you look at the stream, there are times when I look, especially when it's an action game, a lot of messy pixels, and more so with Where Winds Meet, with all the effects, it looks like a blurry mess, and I don't quite like it. I'll settle for the lower resolution. But yes, sorry for the introduction, and now we're back to our regularly scheduled broadcast of me suffering with this boss.
乔山震虎，
I'm gonna have to keep practicing and hope for a lucky break where I get the no-hit clear. That
我要打10个。
Incidentally, I am very unfamiliar with the sphere. I usually run around on the world map with the Panacea fan equipped. I didn't even know that ability on the sphere was a bit of a gap closer. I've been using it for that purpose if I knew it was.
当心下山路。
Better indeed. Instead of doing it quickly, if I do it too quickly, I might be missing. Just a comfortable parry spam there. Hammer shake. Shield, draw him in. No worries, Majin. Take your time. I will be attempting this for quite a while. So I might be a little too slow on the goose this time. Yep, he's gonna run away. Oh, the animation scared me. No, the delayed attack. Once he does the triple kick, he's gonna either go into a kick and a slam, or he'll go into the double palm strike. The double palm strike is slightly delayed, so I'm always expecting the kick. But if you parry for the kick, you're likely gonna miss the double spam. I need to find a way to figure out a good tell for that too. Couldn't do it quick enough to knock him down before he hit us. Maybe I should just play it safe during phase 1, because we need the phase 2 practice, and not just trying to be as aggressive as possible on this phase. And the phase 3 one, to be honest. Yeah, just move around so that the second hit is not gonna hit us. on that one. Also, here's the funny thing, right? I can't quite show it to you guys with my mouse, but occasionally I feel like the shield... Now, let me just move my tuber so that I can use my head as a pointing device. Occasionally... Okay, and now I just used my ability and I can't quite show it. What I went to say was that this skill over here, that's on cooldown right now, occasionally I feel like it's not center aligned with the icon, with the L2. It feels slightly higher than it should be, and it bugs me to no end. Oh, okay. I'm getting another message. Give me a sec. No. Sorry. Seems like a lot of people are excited about the Game Awards. And if you aren't aware, there is a very interesting thing happening with Square Enix. Apparently one of the shareholders made like a very long presentation, and it has been doing the rounds, calling out the mismanagement of the company about not leveraging their IPs, all with charts and graphs. So it's been gaining a bit of traction. A lot of my friends know that I'm a huge Square Enix fan, right? Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Dragon Story. So they've been sending that to me over and over. I used the wrong ability. I meant to do the intoxication one first. It's a weird interaction between the two skills. The two things that I'm using at the start is the shield, because this gives us an extra shield that I will be using for charge attacks, and the other one I'm using is intoxication. With this buff, I can do the fire attack almost immediately without the long wind up. I meant to use the intoxication first. Normally, if you keep spamming that, you'll be doing like combos. In this case, he's actually sending me his Discord stats. The Discord roundup. Okay, now it feels like the shield is back in place, right? This is what I mean. Okay, the shield's gone now, but now it feels like it's aligned back. Sometimes it just feels slightly higher, and I'm wondering if there's something weird happening with the icons there. I swear it. And things you notice in Where Winds Meet. Not really affecting your gameplay unless you are called Mikh'a. No, not ideal. Getting a bit angsty here. All it needs is a phone call or a message from a friend to really break my concentration. Oh, well, okay. That was sneaky. I can't do the attack now in a while. Note to self, don't use shield when you're far from him. The shield itself also has... if you parry it early, the problem is that your shield is not being activated, so you kind of waste it, and you don't even get the resource if you do that. So you need to let that animation at least play out so you can get the resource. It's only after you hear the sound effect that you get it. Welcome back, Majid. You didn't miss much, just me getting stuck on phase 1. Comfortable spam works a lot better there. Instead of trying to spam it as quickly as I can. Too far here. No. It's just... I feel like it's just the way you are sort of angled out of his attack. Sometimes it just misses the timing. There is something extremely weird about that attack, and I don't know what it is. Why I'm not able to get the parry, I mean. I wish I understood it better, to be honest. I missed it? Yeah, not enough will to do the extra one here, unfortunately. Send you to the other phase with one hit. One extra hit. I'm really considering just playing it safe and dodging that one since I'm getting hit. At the same time, the trade-off of getting all that chi damage. Oh, not prepared this time. Occasionally, very occasionally, he will throw that before you have any time to react. So whenever you see the black screen, you have to be like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Good phase 1. Red flash. Yeah, red flash. He's gonna do the double kick here. And then run away. Yeah. Again? Oh, he's gonna do the kick, roundhouse kick. No, flash. Okay, flash is fine. Or is it? I might not have enough time to get the full charge over here. Yeah, we lost one attack there. Because of the animation. I saw the kick coming and I still couldn't parry it. Maybe the delay was a little too soon. Like, I was so happy when I saw the kick. I was like, okay, we got this in the bag. We're going into phase 3 finally, but I ended up missing the entire free move combo. Too early there? I was a little too early with that one. Doubt yourself and you end up making mistakes. Lessons to learn. Forgot to set him on fire this time.
乔山震虎，当心下刀，看这儿，孙子。
Just the one kick. Yeah, that's the actual variation that I'm most familiar with, and then still got hit.
我要打10个，
I might be getting a little too anxious. Perform the best when you're not thinking about it.
小心啊！过来吧你！摆尾。我要打10个。
Again. What is so weird with an attack that happens? You know what? I'll do it for the first one and then dodge the second one, because it's not worth getting hit when his HP is so low. And you can push him into phase 3. It might be better to just dodge out of the way and attack him there.
左边，右边。
You're stuck! I was trying to get behind him, but I was stuck on the terrain. And I got hit. I drove him into a corner. I didn't even realize.
过来吧你！
I think that's the first time I've ever done that, where I've gotten myself stuck on the terrain. It almost looked like you could sort of squeeze in there.
看枪！
The rare variation he does. Well, he'll extend the combo.
乔山震虎，
Also another rare variation. Well, he'll super armor and just try to hit the floor again.
我要打10
Although
个。
that one is easy to react to. You're a good player anyways. Might be a little too close to him for this. Yep. Gotta be careful of the fact that I'm at the edge of the arena now. Oh. Skill didn't go off. Okay, new tactic. When he's doing the charge up for that, I'm gonna step slightly back and see how it works.
我要打10个。
Right, it makes a difference in making it easier to parry. Little adjustments. Hopefully we'll find a way to make it a lot easier to deal with. Red flash. I think I need to mentally remind myself of what he's gonna do now. And if he keeps coming, he's gonna do the roundhouse kick. And then run away. Yeah. That pattern's pretty established. Get him and to do the attack. Is roundhouse or red flash? It's one or the other. But this is not ideal because this doesn't give us enough time to do the charge attack. Yeah, I can't do the end of the charge attack there. It's a little too risky. No. One of those moves are moves that I always can parry perfectly, but not today. Because I know that it has two variations. There's a part of me that always hesitates, like, is he gonna do the kick? Is he gonna do the palm strike? And that hesitation, I can't believe I'm saying that, that hesitation is leading to my defeat. As a certain Sekiro Souls boss will kind of remind you many, many times. Took the risk, it was not worth it. The final attack has a longer animation lock because of the spin it does. I'm thinking about very odd things during a fight. Maybe this is actually what it takes to get better at these games. Understanding that all the little minute animation stuff. Third one because it's gonna lock us in. A little too close for comfort here.
乔山震虎，
With flash. I got hit this time. Wow. I even knew it was coming, and I still got hit. I can't believe that. That, my friends, is called overconfidence. You're so confident about the fact that you know the attack and that you parried it a dozen times. You get careless. Okay, that was weird. He usually does the wave when you're a mid-distance away from him. It's very unusual for him to do the wave attack when you're near him. Another way of thinking about these bosses is that they have different patterns depending on how far you are. For example, that stomp is something he will only do if you are mid-distance as well. Bosses in this game have completely different patterns depending on whether you're far or near, and that has been true for, I'd say, almost all of them, whether it's Tian or even Tian Ying. Like, they have completely different movesets if you are near and far. Which means if you are a melee character and not using things like the Inkwell fan or the umbrella, you can be playing a different game. Different moves to learn to parry. To be honest, I really don't like the umbrella because you can't see anything. I even forgot to move bar, but okay. Hopefully I can set him on fire. We were able to do it. The delayed fire might work on in my favor too. If he's doing the red flash. Never mind. Still hesitating too much, wondering what move he was gonna use. Need to let go of those extra thoughts. Oh.
乔山震虎，
At some point, you just gotta do it by instinct and not really think about what's coming up next. Honestly, I'm not even thinking at all during this phase, and that might, oddly enough, that might be the key to success here. Getting hit by that too. Maybe, okay, maybe not too extreme, but I'm gonna take some time off to really grind during phase 2 and make sure that we're not making mistakes there. Because I feel like I'm making way too many mistakes on phase 2. It's ideally not where you kind of want to be stuck at in this fight. It has to be phase 3. phase 1. We might have gotten lucky there. You're not running away this time. Okay, maybe you are running away this time. Very persistent, I will tell you that.
过来吧你！
That extra hit with the spear at the start might be an ideal way to just push him to phase 2, because I feel like we might actually be able to push him. Oh, look at the amount of health he has. Yeah, that might actually be a good strategy. A sliver of health. If I can get in an extra hit during his charge up, I might not need to worry too much about his phase 2. And I believe we can kind of do that by sneaking in a hit with the bow. But now I gotta change my mindset to actually use the spear,
敲山震虎，
which I'm still not too familiar with. This fight is my trial by fire for the spear, more or less. The best way to learn, I guess. To do the spirit. You can even tell I did the attack, but it came out way later than I intended. Okay. Okay. Well, I wanted to test whether the spear can do a gap closer over there, but no. The invisible wall still gets me. It's like we need to refine that idea of using the spear to quickly get into the other phase. Especially with that other variation where he does the long charge of JoJo attack. Nope, I am stuck in my animation. I needed to cancel out the flames immediately. Risk it and cancel out. Yeah. You have enough time to do that. Ooh, okay. I'll be honest, I was not expecting him to do the charge slam there. Usually, 90% of the time, he's just gonna jump back. Okay, misinput.
乔山震虎，
Gotta remind myself to take a look at how other people are dealing with that attack, because there's something odd about that one. Maybe it really is the distance, and I just need to be at a mid distance to avoid the weirdness with it. Nope, wrong attack. Not that it did anything to him either.
乔山震虎，
Yeah, there you go. 19% of the time, he just jumps back the moment he gets up. Does feel better, but we haven't been able to do too much damage to him. I should remember to use the spear attack to lock him in for a few hits too before he runs away. Ah. Thinking too much now. Don't think, feel. Be like water. Something tells me I'm gonna have to farm a lot more fire divine crafts if I'm gonna get this fight. I had 600 at the start. And now it's 590. I think I had like 650 something. It's been 2 hours, so not too bad. Not too bad.
我要打10个，
I was expecting, maybe I should, you know what? Let me go out real quick. What I'm gonna do is shift from fire to poison, because I feel like poison does better. What I think fire does is it reduces physical defense, I think. Or is it water that does that? There's no information on this inside the game insofar as I know, but I feel like between fire, water, and poison, poison is the one that does the best. So I'm gonna shift to poison, and then we're gonna try. Because a lot of the trials that I've cleared, I've managed to do no hits thanks to poison. It is oddly very, very useful. It feels like it does considerably more damage than the other two. I do not know why. I know water is best for armored opponents. I heard someone mention that, but poison in general seems to be the way to go with bosses. Well, we'll see now. We're equipped with poison. Oh my god, it is. Like, look at the amount of damage he suffered already. Oh yeah, it is definitely poisoned. Poison is a lot better. I don't even have my charge attack ready here. I should take into account the amount of damage I'm doing now. Yeah, I should have been using this much earlier. Fire is not the way.
我要打10个，
No. If it feels like I'm getting hit after the first 2 attacks, I should probably just put in a slight delay there. And let's take into account the fact that I have poison and make sure we have resources to use when he's staggered. That means I'll be needing to use the shield almost immediately after my spear stuff.
看枪，
Just thinking out loud. It's one thing to actually think about it, it's another to implement it. Come on.
山震虎，八方风雷，看笑。
Yeah, you can be a lot more offensive with poison in phase 1 at least. Oh, I forgot to do the spear attack again. Wanted to dot him, but... Like poison really is my lucky one to go for. Oh, did I get hit? I can't even tell. Okay, now I definitely got hit. Well, I need practice on this phase, so as long as I'm not dying. Debuff called Disintegration. I don't think I've ever seen that. Wait, what are my... You know what? I didn't even check what my inner arts are properly. Do I have the inner art that applies a physical defense down? Because I think when enemies are exhausted, right? I think I wanted to change that to a permanent 5% damage boost. Hitting exhausted enemies with a critical hit applies a stack of disintegration. Yes, I was using the wrong one all this time. I think what I wanted to use was... where is it? It was either Divine Roulette or... where is it? Yeah, this one, Invigorated Warrior. It's like a double-edged sword. As long as you're not hit, you get a 5% boost in all your damage and healing. But if you are hit, the effect is disabled, and the amount of damage you take increases by 3%. Incidentally, I have not gone too far with any of these materials. They're like very low level. Just because we're at level 50 at the moment, the only way you can boost a lot of these is only if you've taken the time to find the manuals, which I have not done. But let's see. With poison and that change in inner way, how will we fare this time? Because we're trying to do a no-hit kill, so it kind of makes sense just to use that for the extreme extra damage. Unfortunately, I can't use the unique skill for Mobile Aid, which requires you to block to do an instant charge attack. And I think blocking still counts as taking damage, so can't use it, unfortunately. That makes an incredible difference. I was not expecting to be able to get him in one stacker. This is a pattern we haven't done in a while. I am so confused right now. I tried to get him down before he runs away. I might be able to stagger him out of this. If I don't mess up anyway. Well, I got hit and the poison actually staggered him out of it. Invite my own bad luck. You take that one, Mirshan. I can't complain. I know you do it, and I was not prepared for it. Not this time. What happened there? Why did he stagger out? That is... I'm so confused. What in tarnation? I've repeated phase 1 for so many times and that was a first. I didn't think it was even possible to stagger him out of that one. Okay, I maybe, you know what, I have a different idea now. Instead of trying to parry him there, what I should be doing is just dashing away and then using the spear charge to get in some damage, because that is what we need right now. And I have to keep in mind that he might do the roundhouse kick before he decides to jump away. As long as we keep those things in mind, we should be fine. That might be the pattern I need to go for during phase 2. A lot of battle will. I didn't have enough to do the other attack. Be gone. Even. I got hit. I need to wait for in between that. I was wondering if you could just do it from the side, but it does seem like you are getting inside the hitbox there. Got hit again. That was too early on the dodge. Hey, Miss Anarchy. Yeah, sort of, right? In Okay, let me quickly quit out to explain. You don't necessarily need to do this if you are just want to defeat the boss and move on in the world, right? Especially since the story is so good. A lot of my friends are like, you need to go play the story instead of killing bosses. What I'm doing right now is the trials over here. And I'm basically trying to do a no-hit run, because that is the last condition that I have to get all the rewards for this. And it's not really much of a reward, more like bragging rights, really, because each time you clear, what you're getting is some Echo Jade, tuning stones, and a player avatar, as well as this for your achievement profile. So if you, for example, defeated Tian, you can have this as your player avatar, which, as you can see right now, is what mine is right now. But yeah, it's more for bragging rights and just trying to challenge yourself. The reason why there is a timer there is because some of the conditions, well, each and every boss has a condition of defeating them during a certain amount of time. For Yi Wanshan, for example, you need to defeat him in 2 minutes or less on hard. For Tian Ye, it's 4 minutes. And it's the same for Tian Ying. But right now, the only thing I'm looking for is to get a no-hit run, which is why I'm restarting so much. Just to see if I can get a good clean run. I'm gonna need a lot more practice on phase 2 and phase 3 though, because I keep getting hit. Yeah, same, right? It's, well... Thank you. I will keep trying. I do not consider myself the best at these games, but I am extremely stubborn, as I always like to say. And no worries. Now, as long as I have time, I will happily jump into either of your streams. Whether it's Majin's work or even you. Because it's fun watching you guys actually playing. No worries at all. Just enjoy. And you don't need to stay if you don't want to. I will. Training is what I shall do best. Thank you for the encouragement. Oh, man. That broke my concentration. I know it's not the most entertaining of things to see a person try this over and over again. Yeah, I have no idea why that specific time I was able to break him out of that charge attack, because that has never happened. It's not even almost. Yeah, there's just a weird sort of satisfaction of actually being able to get it yourself, even if it takes forever to get it right. This is the red flash attack. Oh, come on. Just because you know it's coming doesn't mean you're going to be able to parry it perfectly, Mikh'a. You gotta remember. I think there's a part of my brain that goes like, I know the move that's coming next. I got this. And I end up being a little too arrogant, and the boss is like, yeah, no. No, I can't tell whether I got hit or not there. Back you down. Okay, kind of weird. He doesn't do the little walk forward usually, so that was like, what is he doing? For some reason I feel like I hit like a bit of a wet noodle during phase 2 as opposed to phase 1. And the crits feel very, very meaty. Oh, come on. Yeah, you can tell that I've been out of practice if I'm getting hit by that one. That combo is pretty easy to do. Oh, thank you. It's more that after you play it many, many times, which is exactly what is happening here, right? Once you start playing a game over and over, you just can't help but notice things that you did not before. I wouldn't exactly call myself a low master. I appreciate you calling me that, though. I am nowhere near smart enough to wear a title like that. What? You can get knocked out of that too? Now, for example, I did not know that it was possible to knock him out of his charge attack until that one time we did it today, and I would have not discovered that if I had not kept trying on this fight. No, wrong weapon. I thought I was on the spear. I might need to call it for the day soon, though. Let me check timer real quick. Well, we have 30 more minutes. I can keep going for a bit. At the very least, I'll keep trying on stream on real trials before I leave. I'll probably practice the phases individually off stream because I am making way too many mistakes on phase 2. Especially for patterns that I know that I've gotten down. Like that entire kick pattern that he did was something that I parry constantly. Did not jump away. Okay, something to consider. He might just do the slam afterwards. As rare it is, he does do it. I took a risk because there's a bit of a delay with that last parry, and I was wondering, you know what, maybe I can put in an extra hit there, and it might still be possible on a faster weapon, just not on the Mo Blade. Bit of a weirdness going on there. If you're using poison, I mean, if I am using poison, I'll have to farm some. Unlike fire and water, you don't get it as much unless you're specifically farming for it. Taking unnecessary risks now. Just trying to squeeze in that extra last attack before you need to parry.
你在看哪儿？
Okay. I wonder if that's a bug. I feel like that's really not supposed to happen there. Like, you're not meant to be able to knock him out of that attack. And it almost feels like you're doing the Meridian touch there, oddly enough, even though you're not technically doing it. But the way he staggers back, it's almost like some animation with the spear and the Moblade is causing him to activate the animation for that, and I do not know why. Come on. I wanted to be in the Moblade for that, but for some reason
过来吧你！
this is one way to keep him on his toes. That's what constantly interrupted him. I took the risk, but it was not worth it. The slam is good because it drops him and opens him up a bit,
我要打
but
10
if
个！
I follow up with too much, he just goes into his roundhouse kick. Interesting behavior in that AI there. Not entirely sure how else to describe it.
看枪！
There, yeah. I definitely feel like it's a bug. Because if people knew that they could just keep on attacking during that attack, I wonder why they wouldn't do it, right? Again, not most ideal because I wanted to be in the Moblade for doing the charge attack. No. The trick with that kick is, even though it looks like it's delayed, it's really not. You have to be pressing it even before he starts the kick.
我要打10个！
And because I had not been practicing phase 2 as much, since we're constantly on phase 1, I have completely lost the timing for that one. of it again. Honestly, I'm wondering if I reset my game, whether that's not gonna happen anymore. It might be something to do with the poison too. It might be reducing his poise. Because it feels like it is. And I've not been fighting the boss with poison as much.
我要打10个。
Took the risks to try and do the entire spear combo, but it's not enough time to dodge out of that. I'll have to just cut it short and move immediately. Because most likely when that phase starts, it's gonna be, if he's gonna walk slowly towards you during that phase, he's gonna do the red flash attack. If he's going closer to you immediately, it's more likely he'll do the charge attack than anything else. And I went in without expecting that, so my fault. Yeah, I feel like there's something weird about that there. I do not know how else to explain it. It should not be happening. It feels like a bug.
来来。
This is gonna be red flash. Wrong attack. Oh, come on. I couldn't even change weapons. The input lag. Finally, a phase 3 for a change. Oh, wow, okay. Don't get greedy. A mantra I need to follow if we want to do this phase properly. So he seems to be stuck in some sort of weird loop. He shouldn't be doing all this. And that attack is the bane of my existence. That one attack where he does the little stab forward, it comes out so fast. And I do not understand his pattern enough to actually find a way to deal with him. Because if I could get him down like even halfway, with the mobile, it is possible to technically defeat him. Like delete his entire health bar, right? And that's in 3 minutes. That's the fastest I've ever done. But speed is not what we're looking for. We're looking to do it without getting hit. Maybe I should just practice phase 2 and phase 3 for a bit. But you know what? No. For stream today, at least I will just keep trying the actual trials. But after stream and after work tomorrow, because after stream I'll have to just call it and head to work. Not work, head to bed. But after work tomorrow, I'll probably put in some extra time in phase 2 and phase 3. I feel like we're almost there. It's phase 3, that's the big one. Like the tactics and everything we're using seem pretty solid, just getting used to it now. Faster than I'd like. Roundhouse. Not getting lucky with the crits there, unfortunately. Too greedy. I do like where it is going with phase 2. It's just I haven't seen enough of it to really figure out the pattern for it properly. Like with phase 1, it's very rare for me to be surprised, and when I'm surprised you can generally tell, because I'll be going like, oh, ooh, that was unexpected or something. Yeah, you can put in an extra attack there with the spear, because the spear is fast enough. Unfortunately, in my attempt to like experiment it, here's how my thinking went there. I was like, I am one sphere this time. I could actually test that window to see if I can put in just one extra smidgen of damage there. But the problem is, after I got the damage, I was just like, oh, okay, you can do it. And that thought frame made me lose my focus. No, don't use that attack for the second one. It has to be the chicken. Oh, not the chicken. The fire breath. So it's not a chicken, it's a goose. Yeah, I'm gonna run out of poison fast. I need to stock up on that. Go get all the toxic flowers from the one town. Oh, you did not get set on fire. That fire is surprisingly very high damage. Despite it being a dot. Another weird bug. bug that happens occasionally is that that first attack will miss. And I think that might be something to do with the hitbox. Again, with the elevation.
我要打10个。
Because I feel like it happens when you're on the same spot, it will miss. So some other thing I need to try is to interrupt him while he's jumping. Yeah, this is the most ideal pattern for me, because I'll be able to just put up all the buffs and do one charge attack here before we goes into this. It will really do a lot of damage.
当心下方。
And we can defeat him in this stagger that's coming up next. If I do not get hit anyways. That might be the fastest I can do on the mobile on phase 1. Without upgrading anything beyond level 50. Do I have to dodge even faster for that? The same thing is happening there that happens with the parries. I almost feel like I'm getting caught up in the same spot for some reason. And maybe it's just a bad player blaming on you know the saying there, right? A bad worksman blames his tools. It might be a similar thing that's happening here. I might be blaming the layout for what's happening, but I honestly feel like there's something wrong with the terrain in that phase that's causing the weirdness in the attacks. Don't really have proof for it though. Okay. I could have gotten hit there, because I will be animation locked at the end, but somehow...
乔山震虎。
Okay, his tracking was off. See, that's the other weirdness with combat that I always feel like that needs to be addressed. The boss should not be going off into the middle of nowhere like that, because normally he doesn't. His tracking is very on point. But occasionally it feels like it goes way... He just loses track of where you are. Had time to do the extra attack there. Should have taken the risk.
当心下方。
Damage for first phase. as soon as I did something weird that I'm not used to, something is gonna happen. You know what? Let's just practice this phase for a bit. I need to learn all the patterns, all the weird variations that can happen. Too slow on the goose. He's gonna run away. Or hit me with something. Yeah, because that was an ideal setup. If I did not get hit by
乔玄阵火，
the shield thing in the middle, and do the charge attack here. Oh wow.
过来吧你！
I was waiting for him to do that move because I was. The one thing that you really hate during that phase is when he does the clone move. Although it's a bit easy to deal with on the Moblade just because you can stun lock them. But ideally, we want to find a way to avoid having him use that move at all. Like, not having to deal with the clones would be a lot easier than running around trying to defend yourself against it. Hmm.
我要打10个。
They'd also be probably using the intoxication during phase 2 first and not the shield. Really not have enough battle over there? So odd. Flash. Right. Even if you know it, you're actually not gonna get it. Too early. Okay, let's see. I have... You know what? Let's keep going for 10 more minutes. And after 10 more minutes, win or lose, I'm gonna call it. And then practice off screen tomorrow for both phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. Need to find a way to make sure I don't get hit by his weird dagger attack. The stabby stab. Because it is a bane of my existence. do the charge attack. That's a trap.
你在看哪儿？乔山真火！
Oh, why did I change weapons? That was such a good setup. It's still good. Used to goose though. Come on, change weapons. Charge up. Ah, what? Too slow. That was such a good run though. Let's do the clone practice here. Yeah, you can tell I've been out of practice since I got hit there.
我要打10个！下山！
I got hit again. Okay. You are annoying me to no end.
好上了！
Yeah. I almost felt like I could have gotten it that turn. The no hit. Almost. Just because the setup was so good for us right there. Oh, he disabled my other attack.
乔山真火！ 看这儿，分队友！
Nice. Don't have enough battle with her. We did so much damage to him at the start.
10个！
What?
你在看哪儿？
That was bad. Ideally, I should not have gotten hit by that one. 'Cause the move where he blinks around is the one that he does the most, and the one move you need to have on lockdown if you're gonna get him in this phase. And every other move can sort of be dodged away from, but that move
当心下门！
is the one move you need to 100% know.
我要打10个！
红尘诸相，如真如假。
Wrong move. One of the clones went away. So many things that can go wrong. Right, clone time again. Got baited. At this point, it's not even about being unable to defeat him. It's just about making sure you can do it perfectly in both phase 2 and phase 3, because a lot of things can go very weird in either of those phases. I feel like we're slowly edging closer to a victory without getting hit, though. And might be relying on a bit of luck, though. Get it. Okay, now if you guys look at that battle screen, I swear, it's very obviously unaligned. That one. The triangle one. It's a lot higher than it should be.
我要打10个。
Flash attack. This time. I hate it. I hate the fact that when he loses tracking, it gets a lot harder to parry. The timing changes based on how far he is from you. Okay, you can jump away now. Never mind. Can I just keep him entirely in this thing? If I had the resources and the timing down. Possible. Though I honestly don't find parrying these too difficult, just something you really need to focus on. Incidentally, I swear I got hit somewhere, but my health was back to full. Like, do I have a buff or something that does that? Oh, come on. Yeah, my timing for that move is off too, and that is the one move that we definitely need to get used to. There are 2 moves in phase 3 that you need to understand like really well. It's that teleport spam move, and the one move he'll do like 3 disappearing acts and stab you on the 3rd one, because after that stab he'll follow you up with a double kick, and it's very lenient on the parry. If you waste enough time just running away from him, he'll usually resort to one or the other, and that makes it the ideal move to learn if you really just want to get the fight down. So why couldn't I? Ah, okay, I see. Because the game was... No, I get it. I have the same button as parry as Meridian Touch, and somehow the game must have thought I was trying to do the Meridian Touch there in the middle of the animation, which was why I couldn't get out of the fire animation there. Okay, last round for tonight. I am gonna call it after this.
我要打10个。
If I keep going, I'm probably gonna end up doing this till like 3 a.m. in the morning, which is not ideal when you have a work day tomorrow. Never mind, one more try. As long as we get to phase 2, I'll call it. But if you die on phase 1, I'm gonna reset. If you get hit on phase 1. Because dying at this point seems very unlikely. Unless I get very, very messy. Yeah, a good rest will probably give my mind some time to process everything that's happening in the fight. And I'll need to practice a bit more before we can get the rest of the stuff there. Especially in phase 3. Oh, I'm doing a lot of damage. I'm not entirely sure what I did there though. Okay, we went to that real quick this time. Slow on the goose this time. Shield got me. This is an ideal pattern. If only I didn't take the time to get greedy with the shield in between. That would have been an easy no-hit. Huh, interesting. Wait a minute, can I actually bait him to... Wait a minute. Oh my god. Okay, you know what, I'm so stunned that I can't quite speak at the moment, but seems like I can use Meridian Touch to bait him to do his long distance attacks. One of the difficult things in this phase is that you're not quite sure what he's going to start up with. But if you can bait him to do the long distance... You know what? I need to test this real quick. I know I said I'd stop here, but I kind of want to just test whether this is going to work. Just using Meridian Touch at the beginning forces him to do a certain move. No? Okay, maybe not. Wait, he is doing his long distance moves. Oddly ideal. Now, yes, the one combo that I need to learn on close distance too. The spam your button combo. What? Okay, you kind of got stuck there. No, let's restart. I want to test this. As long as he starts moving forward. Yeah, okay. Actually, using Meridian Touch there seems to force him to use his long distance moves almost immediately. That would make things a lot more easier because that would allow you to predict where he's gonna come, which move he's gonna use. Wow. it's not even a fluke. I'm testing it to make sure it's just not bias. Interesting. Okay. Well, we didn't make too much progress in the fight itself today, but I feel like just learning the fact that you can Meridian touch him at the start to have him do this makes a huge difference. Like a considerable amount of difference. And I know the timing for this. And with poison, it seems like, yeah, because poison is active. With poison, it seems like I can empty his entire hit T, well, in practice mode at least, right? Incidentally, if you're wondering, the parry frame for this is right when he stops spinning the dagger. Wait for the gold flakes, and then, yeah, if the poison on the actual trial is able to deplete his entire key bar, this is a huge opportunity. Okay, you know what? I am happy that we learned a tactic that we can apply to the fight for tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call it for tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for also not trying to distract me. I appreciate the fact that you all are lurking around and actually helping, because it is fun to chat, but there are times when I just want to focus on the fight. Thanks, Monson, for showing up. I'll hopefully be able to catch one of your Monster Hunter streams, because I'm curious about how you're going to fare in Monster Hunter Wilds. I can't wait for you to get to the higher tier monsters, and especially the later areas, because I've played Worlds, and I know some very wild stuff can happen in Worlds itself, right? Already having PTSD. The large monsters are half the fun. Hi. So what I'm gonna do here, if anyone else is watching, take care and good night. Here's my character and me. Wait, we're not going into construction mode. Here's my character and me, wishing you all a good night. And wherever you are, take care and stay safe. Here's Mikh'a, signing off.